2020 was really a tale of two halves. The first half was very challenging. We had over 70 days of lockdown in India. And our second quarter, which was April, May, June, we actually saw a 55% reduction in funding. 15% of India's startups, we have over 40,000 startups actually shut down. So the first half was very difficult. But in the second half, as you just shared, right, we saw very, very strong recovery driven by both the acceleration of consumer and business adoption of digital technologies, as well as companies getting much more prudent with their cost structures. So as a result, we ended the year in India, I'd say ended 2020 healthier as an ecosystem that we've ever been. So last year, India, as you just shared, added 11 new unicorns, which is the highest number of unicorns we've ever added, right? So at the end of 2020, we were 37 unicorns, and now as we are now 3 months into 2021, everything is accelerating. So what we're seeing is revenue growth is accelerating, user adoption is accelerating. The quality of the founders that we're seeing at the early stages, I'm with Surge, which is Sequoia's early stage program. So we get to see, sort of large number of very early stage founders coming from India as well as Southeast Asia. And we're seeing just the quality improve. And this year, we do think India is going to see something, our ecosystem that we haven't seen ever, which is IPOs of Indian startups. So in many ways, 2021 is going to herald the beginning of a new era for the Indian startup ecosystem, where we're going to begin to see, sort of sizable, significant IPOs in our ecosystem.
And that's very exciting, and we'll come to that in a bit. But I want the big picture view out here regarding India's burgeoning startup ecosystem. Rajan, in a bifurcated tech world, in the West led by the US and Asia led by China, which is seemingly seen as the dominant startup center or dominant startup hub, what role could India play in that sort of an environment?
So I think, look, India's got a sort of unique opportunity in many ways next to possibly the US, in addition to the US, to have to be the center of two types of very, very innovative companies, right? Companies that are focused on a domestic Indian market. India is, close to 1.38 billion people, right? We have now almost 600 million monthly active internet users, and that number will get to 1 billion connected users. So you can build essentially, by 2025 in India, domestic Indian startups will be building for 1 billion connected users. So that's sort of one big opportunity, right? So it's already the second largest internet market in the world. After China, it's going to be the largest. But the other opportunity that Indian entrepreneurs have is building for the world, right? So if you think about the world as, close to 8 billion consumers around the world, $80 trillion economy. So sitting in India, which is now a $3 trillion economy, you can build for a $80 trillion economy. The first wave of those kinds of companies we saw in SaaS companies, software as a service companies, right? 3 years ago, we didn't have a single SaaS unicorn. Freshworks was the first. Druva was the second. Now we have 6 SaaS unicorns. And our view is that by 2025, we easily have 20 or 25 SaaS unicorns, right? So, and that was just the first wave of companies that are from India building for the world. But now we are seeing a next generation of companies that go beyond just building software for businesses, direct to consumer products, financial services companies or fintech companies that are launching from India to the world. So India is very unique in that, as I said, in addition to the US, where we will build very large companies from India for India, but we'll also build companies from India to the world, right? And given sort of India's place in the world, we think that second axis, which is being able to build for the world from India, is going to become a very, very interesting one over the next 5 or 10 years.